Welcome to the Chi-Town Cigar Podcast, the podcast where everyday Chicago guys light up a fine cigar and get everything from sports and current events to hobbies, life's little moments, and everything in between. Whether you're here for the cigars, the conversation, or just some good laughs, we've got you covered. So grab your favorite smoke, settle in, and join us for laid-back chats with the Chicago Twist. Now it's time to put some smoke in the air. Oh, we'll get you there, Marty. We'll get up there. Hold on a second.
Look around the side of the blues guy.
Oh boy, yeah. Stick your head around that guy, and there we go.
Chi-Town.
Oh, we are live. We are hopefully live on X. We're hopefully live on YouTube. Hello, everybody. If you're there watching, welcome to the Chi-Town Cigar Podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Marty.
And we're just here to hopefully have things go right. Last week we tried going live, and boy, did we have some issues.
Yeah, we're still learning this platform. And I think we found the magic bullet, though. So I've got my fingers crossed.
Yes.
This is perfectly, and so far it is.
Yeah, so far so good. We're better off than we were on last week. I think by this time last week we were already frustrated.
Yes.
So, how are you doing? How's it going? I haven't seen you in a week. What's going on?
Oh, just busy week. Trying to stay in the groove here. Getting ready to go. I'm going to go to Portland next weekend, so getting ready for that. Not this coming weekend, but a week from Thursday.
Are you fishing, or is this a work trip?
No, going to visit my daughter.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. That's
my granddaughter's birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's always a positive. So what are you smoking tonight?
Tonight, I am smoking the AJ Fernandez 20th anniversary.
Oh, we could get into some conversation about that, but I guess we can wait till a little bit later, huh?
Yeah, I was smoking this in honor of their situation. So,
oh God, that's ugly. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I am not partaking today. I've given up cigars totally. That's it. I'm done. I'll continue to do the podcast, but I've decided that I'm no longer smoking cigars. And that is my April Fool's joke to all of you fine listeners right now.
I knew it didn't take me long to figure out that was an April Fool's joke. I know you. I can't imagine you not smoking a cigar.
My wife would love me to give up smoking cigars right now, but no, I've been battling a cold and my taste buds are shot. And so what's the use in smoking a cigar if you can't enjoy the flavor and the so the aroma and everything. So I'm gobbling down some bourbon here, which is so weird because there's zero notes. It's just like drinking hot water, I guess, so but I think I've come through it. I think I've made my way through it. Saturday, Sunday, all weekend was just Friday. I was feeling okay. Saturday, I started feeling like crap, and I started smoking a couple cigars, and I'm like, I'm just not getting anything out of these cigars. So then Sunday, I grabbed a couple of not your premium cigars. And I thought, let me try these. And yeah, neither one of them had anything. So Monday, I didn't smoke anything. Tuesday, I didn't smoke anything. Oh, maybe I didn't smoke anything on Sunday. No, I didn't smoke anything on Sunday because today's Tuesday. So yes, Sunday, I didn't smoke anything. Monday, I didn't smoke anything. And here I am Tuesday. So 3 days. And I'm ready for one. As my wife will remind me, that means you're addicted.
You make it through the worst part. My secret to getting over a cold quick is to use that Zicam zinc, those zinc lozenges.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I will share my grandmother's. It has zero medical basis behind it. But whenever we were sick as a kid, my grandma would give us Mrs. Grass's chicken noodle soup with a little golden egg. It's a box of shoestring noodles and some flavor pack, and it had a golden egg in it. Every time we were feeling sick, that's what she would give us. And on Saturday, I said to my wife, I said, we got to go to the store. I need some Mrs. chicken noodle soup. And she just laughed. But we picked up 4 boxes and I went through 2 of them already. So I don't know. It's chicken broth. It is what it is. So
yeah, chicken soup was supposed to be good for you. So she's on to something there.
Yeah, she probably was. And it's just my philosophy now. So, but yeah, so that's why I'm not smoking. I will hopefully be 100% better for next week and we can jump onto it. But the other big thing since our last broadcast, which is probably 2 weeks ago, we broadcast last week. Nobody will ever hear that episode. It'll be one of those lost episodes that we'll talk about for years to come.
Yes.
One of the things that kicked off was Major League Baseball. Opening day was Thursday. So
yeah,
how's your team doing?
I guess they're probably like 500. Although last night I saw they beat I don't know what they're called now. That they're not Oakland A's anymore. They're playing in Sacramento while they're building the stadium in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
They beat that team, whatever they're called,
Okay.
18-3.
Wow.
And they had a guy hit for the cycle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. The Sox are 2-2, right? 1, 2. Yeah. 2-2. They're leading as of last time I checked on them, 1-0, but they won on opening day, so all the Sox fans thought that's it. We're going to the World Series. But yeah, so we'll see. The big thing now, I was watching some sports stuff, is these new what do they call them? Torpedo bats?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know.
It makes sense. They said anytime you hit the ball off the end, you crack your bat anyway. So who cares what the end looks like? You just hit the middle of the bat. I'm surprised no one's thought of it before. Yeah.
And I mean, MLB ruled that they were legal, so we'll see what happens. That'll be interesting. And then they had the NFL owners just wrapped up their winter meet. Is it considered a winter meeting? I don't know what they have down in Florida.
Yeah, I think they have another one in May.
Yeah, they have another one in May because they debated the tush push. Did you hear this? The big debate. So they put it out there as we don't want it anymore. We're done with it. And from the reports of inside the coaches' meetings and managers' meetings, it was probably the first time they had seen people almost handle this like a political election. They were lobbying people and trying to get people on their side. Well, when they took a vote, it split 16-16. So they decided, okay, we're going to push it off until May and we'll make a decision at the May meeting. So it'll be interesting.
You didn't used to be able to push people. Like you could block in front of somebody.
Yes.
You never be able to block behind somebody.
Yeah. And you couldn't pull somebody. You can't pull somebody either. So it's like, all of a sudden now we've thrown that out the window and, it's a scrum. We're back to rugby, which neither one of us understands, but we're back to rugby now where you can push somebody. So, but interesting. It's we're getting into that good time of year. Oh, and I almost forgot the Final Four.
This is like the first time in a long time that all the number 1 seeds have made it to the Final Four.
17 years. First time in 17 years. So that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So I did pick Florida in one bracket and I picked Auburn in the second. So I guess I have a chance, although it doesn't matter because even if they both win, I'm not going to win anything. So
my only chance at having a good bracket was if Michigan State would have won, and they did not win.
No, they had a good fight. But yeah, just not enough. Not enough. But
I'm not.
What do you think?
I'm not excited about the teams this year.
It feels like it was a disappointing March Madness. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think there were hardly any real upsets. Didn't really have any Cinderella teams.
Yeah, and I'll give a plug for a company, even though they're not a sponsor of ours, but my DraftKings, I did phenomenal. But that's because everything I bet, there was nothing that was ground shaking or anything like that. I mean, it was pretty easy to pick the winners this year. At least for me, it was. So,
well, like if I ever see anyone fill out a bracket and they put all the number 1 seeds in the Final Four, I'm like, that's not going to happen.
This year it did. What, you got a 1 in 17 shot of doing it.
It's only happened twice since 1985, so that's not.
Is it twice? Wow. Yeah. So
2008 and 2000 and this year.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike Duke, but like they're always in it, so I don't really want them to win. Florida, I don't have any love for Florida. Houston, I don't like them. And Auburn, I really dislike the coach of Auburn. So if you're an Illini fan, Bruce Pearl is he's hated by the Illini. So
yeah,
I can't root for them.
No, and I mean it's just there's nothing exciting. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna go, I'm sitting in front of the TV on Saturday to watch these two games. So you're gonna get to the final, you're gonna get to the championship with 2 number 1 teams. Great, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. But at the same point, there's nothing. There's nobody to root for. It's not like you're rooting for an underdog.
They might be good games, and if they had went to overtime or last second buzzer beater shots, that might make it worth watching. But not too exciting to see all. Unless you're rooting for those teams, not a very exciting Final Four.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's March Madness was March Madness. So be it. We'll see what happens, and we'll move on from there. But it's baseball season now. That's what I'm looking forward to. So
it's baseball season and it's portal season.
Yes.
For all the teams that did not make it into the Final Four, the churn has begun with the new NIL transfer every year.
That's something I wish would go, or I wish there would be bigger limitations on it. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I wish they would at least have some consistency. Like the Illini had only 2 guys back last year because of the portal NIL stuff, and this year they've already had three of their big stars already announced they're going into the portal. And to me, it really I like to watch the players play for more than 1 year.
Yeah.
See them progress and see a team bond and really progress, and you don't get that anymore. So it's
no, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I just think it. Yeah, and I mean, and Peyton Thorne from Michigan State, when he went down to Auburn, I laughed because he made this big jump. Oh, I'm going to get away from Michigan State. And he went down there and he's been a wash up. He's been absolutely terrible for him. So it's like going, hey, you move for selfish reasons, and it's like going, and what did you get out of it? But nothing. So
sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So then it's really good for people who are playing at the smaller schools like SIU or something, where they're not getting a chance to play in the spotlight, but they get a couple of years experience and really blossom the first couple of years, and they can, transfer their junior, senior year and be impactful. Illini had good Marcus Damask last year. He did that. And So that's kind of cool. And
Yeah.
I'm not against the players, making their money. I guess if I was that age and got offered, 7 figures plus to play basketball at a different school, I would go for it.
Oh yeah. I just think, I mean, like I said, I wish there was more restrictions on it. I agree for these smaller schools. If you're a great quarterback at a smaller school, a Southern or Western or something like that, and you go, hey, I'm going to jump in the portal because I can make it up. Okay, jump into it. And that should be but I mean, these guys that are jumping from the Big Ten to the SEC, it's just like going, come on, or SEC jumping.
Top player in the Big East.
Yeah.
Jump teams.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents, but what do I know? So
it makes it pretty unenjoyable.
Yep.
To watch. It's not as much fun as it used to be, I don't think. Maybe they'll figure it out. There's some like rule changes they're working on.
Yeah.
To try and where did all this money come from? Like, where was all this money going before? Because players weren't getting it.
No.
So who was getting all that money, or were they getting it under the table, or were their parents getting it somehow? That's what I wonder about, because this money just didn't all of a sudden appear.
Yeah. No, it's unbelievable. I think it's crazy, but it is what it is. But we could have a whole show on the on college sports, and maybe one of these days we will, and we'll get into that heated debate. But for now, before we jump into our next segment, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor. Hey, Chicagoland, are you ready to step up your eyewear game? Whether you need stylish sunglasses, prescription eyewear, sports glasses, safety gear, or even color deficient glasses, there's only one place to go: Eyewear Fix. For over 28 years, Eyewear Fix, Chicagoland's premium sunglass and eyewear store, has been your go-to for everything eyewear related. No gimmicks, no waiting rooms, just top-notch products, expert service, and a private concierge style tailored to your schedule. Need an exam? Bring your prescription. Want variety? They've got price points for every budget. And whether you're a weekend warrior, a safety-conscious worker, or just looking to turn your heads with the perfect shades, Chris has got you covered. Remember, Eyewear Fix is by appointment only because your time matters. Call or text anytime to book your visit. Don't settle for ordinary. Get Eyewear Fix that fits your style, your needs, and your life. Call or text 630-853-4167 to schedule your exclusive visit. Eyewear Fix. See the world your way. It's getting pretty good. Pretty good at those reads.
Yeah. You're vying for the next Mike Reeds.
Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely it. But so PCA is coming up in 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. So we've compiled, or Marty's compiled, a list of cigars that are going to be cigars and paraphernalia, right? Because there's some, I think there's some.
I have like one thing of paraphernalia in here.
Yeah. So that's going to be released at PCA, or I shouldn't say released, but it's going to be shown at PCA. People are going to be able to put orders in for it at PCA. So we wanted to go over some of that with you. We are not going to PCA. I don't see us going to PCA anytime soon. The more and more I hear about the cost of PCA, I'm like, holy cow. But maybe one day. But we're going to sort of go into some of this with you guys. Hopefully it'll be entertaining or informative. It made my wallet cry the more that I looked at what's coming out and going, I need those.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Ton of stuff, as there is every year, it seems like. And so I create a list of everything that's been announced over the last 2 weeks, because 2 weeks ago we had a smaller list, and the closer we get, the more and more press releases go out. And
Yep.
So you ready to get into the list?
Go for it. Go for it.
Let's go for it. All right. So there's no order to this list other than I think the top of this list were things that were announced a week ago, and the second half is things that were announced this week. But the one I got here is Karen Berger is announcing a cigar called the Halftime.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever had any Karen Berger cigars?
I haven't, but when you said this, I looked into it. I'm definitely interested, because it's an Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper. I'm not big into Indonesian tobacco, but I'm curious about it because the price is right. Did you see the price for these things?
No. What is it?
The MSRP is $7.
Nice.
So it's a budget friendly cigar. So I'm all about budget friendly cigars, and I would definitely be interested in trying this out. So yeah, I saw that, and I was pretty impressed with that whole idea. And like I said, I'm not big into Indonesian Sumatra, but for $7, I'll give it a try.
Yeah. I've had a couple of her cigars. Like sorry, got a tickle in my throat. Take a drink there. Her Maduro. Karen Berger Maduro is really good. Tastes like snickerdoodles to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So next one on the list, there's a cigar that is going to be called the Viso Horny.
Yes. Really?
Look,
I've got one that's going to beat that. I've got one, and you're not even aware of this. I've got one that'll beat that. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but go ahead.
All right. I don't know who makes this. I just like the name.
It's called Pospiech Inc.
Oh, yeah, they're the people who make the Phosphoros. And
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So yeah. So
well, that'll be I might have to try that just for the name.
Yes. It's a $15 cigar. That's a heck of a swing for a sophomore company. And $15 is a big swing for that cigar. So I'm hoping it's got some
were pretty budget price. So
yeah. So all right, what's next? Oh, I know what's next.
Yeah, next one I got on my list is the H. Upman by AJ Fernandez Heritage Finca Providencia.
Yes, the Heritage. This is, and we can talk about both things at this time. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most, or one of the cigars I'm looking forward to the most this year. Now, my question is, and we're not telling anybody anything new. If you're just hearing this for the first time, remember, you got it from us. They had a fire at AJ Fernandez, a massive fire.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, and the reports coming out are, I mean, a couple companies have already come out saying this is going to be affecting our supply, because this factory not only just did it for AJ, but they did it for quite a few other companies.
Right, Espinosa,
mm-hmm.
Southern Draw, and
yeah,
a lot of people get their stuff made there.
Yeah, so I mean, they said it's going to definitely it's definitely going to affect our supply. It's definitely going to affect our deliveries. There's going to be delays. So we'll see. I mean, I gotta believe these have already been packaged in a container, and
you would think the ones that are going to the show have already left the factory.
But I mean, even the ones that, okay, so if you're, I mean, what was the count? Did it say how many they're releasing of this cigar? It's not a limited release, I don't believe. I didn't see anything. No, it's not a limited release. It's a 5x6, 55x6 Toro, comes in 20 count boxes. Oh yeah, here, 8,250 boxes. So that's a lot, but I got to believe that's already put away somewhere. That's not sitting in the factory. I got to believe that's packaged up and.
But the fire was in the packaging area, so
Yeah, well,
kinda
we'll
depends.
see.
We'll see.
I hope not, man. I've heard so much about this cigar that it's one of the ones I have it on our list. I want to try it, $20 a cigar. So it'll be, to fit our qualifications, it's going to be two smokes. So we're going to be kicking out at least $40 for that. So we'll see.
But like this 20th anniversary from them is like a $30 cigar, I think, or
is it? Yeah,
$30 cigar. It's pretty good though. It's my first time having it. I'm enjoying it.
Cool. What else you got?
All right, next one I think is another one made at AJ, Viva La Vida, Connecticut.
Yes, the Viva La Vidas. It is made by AJ. Yeah. So, Ecuadorian Connecticut seed wrapper over Nicaraguan binder and Nicaraguan fillers. So MSRP $14.50 for the Robusto and a whopping $15 for the Toro. But again, it's made out of AJ. So we'll see what happens with that one. Have you had many Viva La Vidas?
I've had a couple, and I've got a box of the El Pupos.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good. I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What else we got going on?
Next on my list is the Aladino 85th anniversary Reserva.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a good one. I haven't either.
This. I like Aladino.
Yeah.
So.
I do hear about this one. This is the one that was due out 2 years ago. This is a Honduran Pinarino Puro. I am going to get ripped up for this. A Honduran Pinarino Puro. So it's a Pinarero seed that was introduced to Honduras by Tino. Oh, good God. Aguridan in 1960. But it produces a smaller yield and it's more susceptible to diseases. Were you saying something?
I was not. I was noting we're getting some comments here, but the comments look like they're coming from you. So I'm wondering.
Just ignore them. Just ignore those comments. But yeah, so it was supposed to come out 2 years ago. And because of how little it yields, it took longer. So, so this one, it's coming because it's for Julio Uria's 85th birthday.
Aurora. Aurora.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
nice.
I
the remedial Spanish class, Mike.
Yes, there we go. I'll reach out to Terrence and ask him if he can teach me. So that should be a good cigar. Cigar. Let me see if I can find us the MSRP on that one if they have it yet. There's only 2 Vitolas, the Toro and the Robusto, 6x52 and a 5x50. And I don't see, it's a sharp box. Oh, here we go. MSRP for the Robusto, $17.50. This is a huge jump for a Toro. So for $20. $20. $2.50. $2.50 for the for a jump up for an extra inch. Yeah, see, it's always about size.
I guess percentage wise, when you get up that high in price, it's the percentage starts becoming significant.
Yeah.
All right. Next, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's always an interesting thing too, because some of these smoke differently. Obviously every Vitola smokes differently. So you're like, oh, do I get the Toro? Or do I get the Robusto? Which one's going to smoke better? So
you never know.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, go right ahead.
All right. Next one I got is the La Aurora Preferidos or the Edge 2024 limited edition, which I'm not sure why they're debuting a 2024 cigar at the 2025 PCA show. But okay.
Yeah, it's the 2024 is the 6th release in this line. So obviously they probably had some problems with getting it out. But I see that and I want to go to Ordover or gosh, the cold has affected my brain. Hoover Doovers. They're Hoover Doovers. They're hors d'oeuvres. When I see the Ordaje, I'm thinking it's a hors d'oeuvres.
Right.
But it's a $30 cigar. That's a $30 cigar.
Putting out $30 cigars.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
We're gonna need some sponsors.
Yeah.
If we want to smoke some of these cigars, we're gonna need some sponsors.
I need a raise.
Talk to management. Let's see if management will give us a raise.
Yeah.
All right. What's next on the list?
Next one, I'm gonna give Mike another chance to say Julio Aurora. So see it, the CLE Maduro.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I've had a few CLE cigars. They're not bad.
Yeah, I've had a couple. It's not something that I go, oh yeah, I want one of those. But it's I don't know. I'm sort of down the middle on this one, so we'll see. We'll see.
It's not on the top of my list to try, but we'll see. Maybe if people start talking big things about it, it can get on the list. All right. This one, I don't watch a lot of the fighting, so
when I saw this one, I rolled my eyes because I'm like, this is not what the cigar industry needs. We don't need another celebrity cigar coming out. And the more I read on this, the less impressed I was. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Conor McGregor cigar. He's launching a cigar called Notorious.
Yeah. He's partnering with MJ Frias.
Like he still fights, right? So he's not going to have time.
I thought he's done. I thought he was done.
Retired.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he will.
Yeah, but he partnered with MJ Frias Cigars. It's a Dominican company. They've been around for a while. But it's the project builds on McGregor's history of business endeavors. Well, that's not this is why celebrity cigars don't last. You're not getting into it for the enjoyment of cigars. You're getting into it because it's something you want to add to your portfolio. He's got Irish whiskey. He's got an Irish stout. He's got a clothing line or something, a luxury fashion. So, okay. And they say it's a result of 2 years of development with the Frias Cigar Company. So I don't know. Ecuadorian Habano, 2000 Rosado Escura wrapper, a San Andreas Mexican binder and fillers from Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, crafted it in the Dominican Republic. So I don't know. It's not going to be on my list to try. No offense. I'm not knocking them, but it's not going to be on my list to try.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Next one, another AJ cigar. AJ Fernandez Enclave. This one blended by Eladio Diaz, who used to blend a lot of cigars at Davidoff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another budget-friendly cigar. MSRP for the Robusto is $9. Toro's $9.50. The Gordo's $10. So, there's definitely budget-friendly in this economy.
That's right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, 100% Dominican fillers, and I guess Smokin already has these. Smokin already has these. They got some in February, and I guess some of the other ones I've been told that they should be getting them sometime in April. So I haven't seen this one. I I would like to try it. I've heard good things about it from Coop. Coop, I think, has smoked it already and had some good things to say about it. So I'll be interested.
Yep, me too.
What else
All
we
right.
got?
Next on my list is just a Vitola edition Gigante size for the Diesel Vintage Maduro Natural.
Yep. Okay.
I don't smoke a lot of diesels.
Yeah, neither do I.
Made it AJ too, so a lot of
Not AJ. As I said, it's going to be interesting. It's going to. I'm waiting to see what he comes out with, or what the there wasn't really much in the press releases today about it, so we'll have to just see.
All right, let's go down to Rocky Patel has their 30th anniversary. I don't smoke a lot of Rocky Patel.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you don't? Okay. I'm not. I mean, I'll smoke them. I've been gifted them. I'm not saying I'm not a fan, but it's one of those. Okay, I'll smoke it. There's nothing that's ever been, wow, this is a great cigar. No offense to Rocky or them, but it's not my wheelhouse. So
right. That was one of his cigars. I think it was like the vintage 1990 or something. It was like one of the first cigars that I had that I was like, well, I need to try more cigars because it was good. So.
All right. This is a one-time release. So it's a limited release. And it's between the price isn't set, but it's going to be between $17 and $19 per cigar. That's again a big jump for, again, I know it's a limited release and okay, fine, but it's like, holy cow, I don't know.
Seems like everyone is putting out these higher price cigars. Maybe then they won't raise the price for every year after that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right, moving on.
We have a Davidoff, and they're adding a 10th anniversary to their Escurio line.
Escuero. Yeah. I've smoked a couple Davidoffs. Again, it's not something I'm going to seek out. I know they rated high with a couple of their cigars last on the 2024 with a couple different lists. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But
I don't smoke a lot of Davidoff, but the ones I have been lucky enough to smoke, I've enjoyed.
Okay.
All right. Dapper has a 10th anniversary cigar that's getting released. I like some of the Dapper cigars. They're pretty good.
Yeah. A lot of anniversaries this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the next thing I've got on my list is a bunch. It was like I clipped a bunch of stuff out of Steve Saka's list.
That Dapper, just that Dapper only comes in one size. It's a 6x54 Toro. It's going to be $22 a cigar. That's another hefty jump.
Yeah,
that's another hefty jump.
Desvalido, especially the Desvalido Disla. I like that cigar.
Yeah. All right, so going to Mr. Saka, because I swear to God, didn't he say last year he wasn't going to have a lot to release this year? And it seems like he's got more this year than he had last year. And I just saw something else there's a pre-order going out for something. Is that in your list? I didn't look and see if that was in your list or not.
I don't know what the pre-order was for. Oh, the fish one.
The fish, the green fish.
I think that's
the emerald fish.
That's that Smoke-In exclusive one, I believe.
Is that it? Okay. I knew Smoke-In had it. I just wasn't sure if it was okay.
Gave that one to Smoke-In for because the Red Meat Lovers is no longer exclusive with them.
Okay.
And Abe's got a nice coin. If you want to buy a pre-order box, you can get another nice looking coin from them.
Yeah, what's the pre-order's $30? Did he say with the box? If he just does 30, he's usually around another. So the boxes are probably about $1.80. He usually does $30 for.
Look, I'm debating on whether I want to get that. It's the Mike Rita green, which I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, I don't know. I've slowed down on these pre-orders. Yeah. I mean, it's because the bill
comes due.
Yes,
it's a low upfront price, but the bill comes due.
Yeah, and the worst part is if you go, okay, I don't want it now. Granted, okay, it's $30. thrown into the wind, but at the same point, it's $30 you've thrown into the wind. So then you're like, okay, am I going to fork over the additional 150 or am I going to throw $30 into the wind? And you end up going, I'm going to do the additional 150, and I'm not saying they're not good, but I don't know. I haven't, nobody's smoked them. Nobody's come out and said, here's what they come out like. And I sort of like that to be able to go, okay, I identify with your palate. So
he did release last year with smoke in, not the same Vitola, but a green, a version of the Mikke Rita green, different Vitola.
Oh, okay.
So they were selling those last year for in the small amount, but I didn't get that. I did pre-order the Year of the Duque.
I ordered a 5-pack of those. I did order a 5-pack of those, so we'll have to see. We'll see when are those due out? Those are due out
pretty soon.
PCA. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully it's not the Year of the Dookie.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So he's got quite a few. You want to go through his list real quick of what he's coming out with?
Yeah. Yeah. So he's doing an Umbagai Bronzeback, another Vitola Robusto, Mikke Rita Gorilla Gordo. That must be a 60 ring gauge or something. Red Meat Lovers Fritanga. Stillwell Star Holiday 2025. So I like those holiday cigars.
Yeah, I still like the original better. I still like that. Yeah. But go ahead.
He's got a 10th Jubilee he's releasing. He's got some sampler he's doing he's calling it the Essentials sampler. I guess a core line sampler.
Okay.
But I think it's going to have the word of Saka. So Sin Compromiso, the word of Saka is what he's calling this new cigar. So that's one's crazy. Not going to go on sale for a while. It's debuting at PCA, just that word of Saka cigar. It's debuting PCA, but I don't think they're going to be selling it there. But they are going to be selling this deep cut sampler.
Okay.
I'm wondering, so now you're going to be able to suck on the word of Saka.
That, yeah.
Yes.
It's, I don't know.
That takes some big ones to put the word of Saka on the cigar. So must be,
it better be good. It's, he's following the line of Boofy. He's gonna start doing some of that stuff, and you better and I'm not. Steve always puts out a great cigar, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, you better be able to stand behind it.
Yeah.
So,
the Lita, that's not a new cigar that got released this year. He's got an overseas cigar. Well, I don't live overseas, so who cares? Some kind of Muestra de Saka unicorn cabinet. Don't know what that is.
Okay.
And a new SakaCon statue. So let's see what he's got what the SakaCon statue looks like.
I wonder if he borrowed Abe's design with a crown on it and everything like that. King Saka Squatch or whatever. I don't know. Who knows?
No.
All
right. So
go ahead.
That is it for Saka. There were a bunch of STG announced they were killing a bunch of lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So several lines. Cohiba, Macassar,
yeah.
Pilon Anejo, Hoyo de Tradición, La Gloria Cubano Medio Tiempo. Alec Bradley had a few here. The Coyal, the Tempest Nicaragua, and the Blind Faith.
Yeah. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Got to cut back. STG's going to try to make room. So
a new cigar every week. So yeah, they got to call first.
Yeah, exactly. All right, go on to this next one, because this next one I'm just not a fan. I don't know. Go ahead.
Asylum. Yeah, they're unveiling thing called the Split Personality, and I guess this is a banana flavored cigar.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Banana split, but I don't like banana flavoring except on
neither do I. And I mean, they did the cold brew, and I really enjoyed the cold brew. I didn't think I would. I got it in a cigar of the month pack, and I really enjoyed it. I don't have a problem with the coffee flavor in my cigars, but banana split, I don't want that. God bless those people that do, but Asylum just I don't understand why they're branching out in that direction. That's never been their line, and now they're doing this infused stuff. So I think you're putting your money in the wrong basket when it comes to investments and into ideas, because if the FDA comes out and says no more infused cigars,
Yeah,
you've just put your money into 4 different SKUs right now. So
I think they should come out and say no more banana infused cigars, because that sounds just
it just sounds bad. When I saw it on Half Wheels, and I'm like, no. So, and then the Oz family.
yeah. They got a new brand, the Caratoba brand that they're announcing. So
You know what that sounds like? You know what that sounds very much like? The
sounds like
Krakatoa.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Oh.
I don't even know what the Caratoba refers to, so I need to do some research.
Yeah, they didn't say anything in the dojo. They just talked about it being a medium to full body blended cigar. And it features a Sumatran wrapper from Ecuador and a Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan and Dominican fillers. So, yeah,
Right.
I don't know what that is, but interesting for sure. So, what else you got?
So I got Black Label. Black Label Trading is adding a bunch of Toro sizes to their core line.
Okay.
I like some of their core line.
Mm-hmm.
I like their limited release ones a little more, I think. But
yes. But
all right. So here's the one piece of gear that I have. Were you going to say something about Black Label or no? Okay.
No, I'm waiting for this one, because this one has definitely caused some discussion, but go ahead.
Yeah. So Cigar Medics, they made the DTT special Saka cutter.
Yes.
But they did a lot of the design work, and he gave them permission. I guess he didn't really give them permission. He gave them his blessing that they could release their own version of it without, I guess, some of the, well, definitely without the DTT branding.
Right.
And be made a little bit cheaper. It doesn't look as nice, but
no.
I bet it cuts just as well.
I'm sure that blade is probably proprietary to them. So yeah, I'm sure, the weight of the Saka cutter is probably Steve's baby, for lack of a better word.
Yeah,
And
I think the paint coating and stuff he does, like he goes over the top on everything. So there was a lot of room for cost cutting in that, and still have a quality cutter. So
yeah,
unless you need the DTT brand, you could buy one of these and just put a DTT sticker on it, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not going to talk about the next one? Are you going to leave that one out?
I am. I'm going to talk about the next one for sure.
Go right ahead.
Who needs a $25 million cigar humidor? I'm sure we all need that. That would
I'm sure we all do.
We went through the list from Cigar Aficionado, all the high-end stuff. This would be right in that list. It's El Septimo, of course, creating a Fabergé egg cigar humidor. I don't know a lot about eggs, but
it doesn't hold squat.
Yeah.
It's come on. This is made for
people who collect Fabergé eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just says they're teasing a $25 million cost, so who knows what the cost will be. Good luck with them selling one. I wish them the best.
It could tell you everything about how many carats of diamonds and stones and how many
Right.
pounds it weighs, but they're sure as heck not telling you, oh, by the way, this holds 10 cigars.
Yeah. You're,
And you can't put
I mean,
a
it's like
Boveda packet in
$1
because it's going to
million.
ruin it.
You're not. I'm like, I would have like a velvet rope around it. I wouldn't let anyone touch it. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be letting anyone open it to
Yeah.
grab cigars out of. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is the Hiram and Solomon. They're releasing a Patriot cigar in honor of the Grand Master of Masons in Massachusetts. They have the whole line of Mason themed cigars.
Yeah, and I mean this is a limited release, so it's only 1,000 boxes. It's 10 cigars. It's $16 a cigar. I gotta believe this is. I mean, this is a niche cigar. It's it's a Connecticut shade. So although they said what they call it an Ecuadorian Habano Claro wrapper, it definitely, I think this is geared towards the Masons. Hey, you might not smoke a cigar, but here, if you do want to smoke one, we're going to make one special for you guys. And,
yeah,
here you go. So,
yeah, they have a few other ones too in that line. Never had one.
Nope. Neither have I.
So there is another one by HVC, the La Rosa 520 10-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I like.
Are you a big fan of HVC? Have you smoked a lot of HVC?
Not a lot, but the ones I've had are good. The 500 I like a lot. Yeah.
I'm interested in this one. I'm interested. I mean, it's a 10-year anniversary cigar. It's an Ecuadorian Habano 92 wrapper, a binder from Jalapa, and fillers from Nicaragua, Esteli, and Jalapa, and Ometepe. So I'm definitely curious. I mean, it's a $13 cigar for the 6 1/4 by 54. It's $14 for the 6 1/2 by 52. I guess they call that a Magnifico, and the first one was an Originals. I know there's some Mexican version of that, but
Originales, probably.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Originales. So, but I'm definitely curious about this. I definitely want to try to smoke it and get my hands on it and see what it's like.
Yeah, it sounds good.
It sounds really good. So nice.
All right, the next two are in your alley, so I'll let you.
I was gonna say, yeah, you want me to take this one?
No.
Yeah, the next one is the JFR 20th anniversary. So I was on a podcast with Terrence, or on a Whereby meeting with Terrence last week, and he talked about this, and definitely something I'm looking forward to. Yeah, it's an Aganorsa, but the JFR line, the Just for Retailers line, it's a budget-friendly line for retailers, and this is supposed to be a phenomenal cigar. This has got all the makings of it. It'll be coming out. It's the Mexican San Andreas wrap over Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan fillers. It's a box pressed. It's got the pigtail cap and a covered foot. That just looks like a dynamite cigar. And they've sort of updated the God, my tongue is shot today. They've updated the band. So it's got a 20-year band on it. The prices, again, right in line. The Toro's at $950. The anniversary 7x70 is $12.50. The Titan or 6x60 is $11. And there's a 4 3/4 by 70 for $10.75. So they should be heading out sometime in May. I can't say too much. We can't say too much. But I would recommend people running out there and picking that up for sure.
Yeah, I bet that tastes like another cigar.
Yes, it probably does. It probably does. So I'll be interested to see what people think. So, and then as long as we're on the line of Aganorsa, they're also highlighting a new Supreme Leaf. the 11th Vitola in the line. And this is a Grand Toro, a 6x56. MSRP of $15.95. And they've changed a lot with this cigar. Not so much the cigar itself, but with the packaging and the band. The packaging, the box no longer has the slide top. It's got the hinged opening. And then they changed the band because Terrence was saying that they were getting heat, as I like to use the term, that it was too comic book like. So they
colors.
changed it. What's that?
Yeah. The colors, like the yellow and orange and purple.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they actually changed it to make it to make the Aganorsa leaf stand out a lot more. The Supreme leaf's a little bit smaller. The font is different for it. And they've raised the lettering on the band to sort of give it a little bit more of a classy feel. So once again, Terrence is diving his hand in and changing something. And my comment was, great. Now everybody's going to be wanting the old one. I want the old band because those are better than the new band. Or the flip side, if I want the new band. So
this is like a 56 ring gauge. So that's getting up there in size.
Yeah, the Grand Toro. So yeah, it's a 6x56. So yeah, I'm interested. They say it's limited to 3,000 boxes, but it never is. There always seems to be plenty out there, you know? Yeah. So yeah, it'll be definitely something to pick up.
All right.
What's next?
So what is going on with Terrence and the jacket thing? I've been seeing stuff about that. What's going on with Terrence and
he gave one retailer. I watched. We we're already at an hour. We'll keep going, but
already at an hour. Oh my.
Yeah. The what did they say? The what did they say segment. Abe had an issue with this. And so it was on KMA radio on Saturday. They started out the show about this because Terrence had posted a video because they had gifted Tim Swanson from Cigars Daily a jacket with the agreement that Tim would always wear the jacket. And so Terrence, a couple of months ago, was down in his neck of the woods and showed up, and Tim's sitting in his office and doesn't have the jacket on. So there was some back and forth on it. Some joking back and forth. And then Terrence posted a video saying that he wanted everybody's opinion because Tim was not wearing the jacket, but then Tim turned around and sent a picture of a tattoo of the jacket on his body. So Terrence wanted to know if it was a real tattoo or if it was a fake tattoo. Well, that, of course, got Abe upset because at last year's Great Smoke, Terrence had let Abe's daughter wear Terrence's jacket because she was cold. So at the end of the Great Smoke, Terrence walked up and said, I need my jacket back. In the meantime, in between all this, Abe's daughter had told Abe, I really like this jacket. And Abe's like, don't give it back to him. It's yours. Keep it. I'm a retailer.
They buy enough cigars from him.
Yes.
He'll get over it,
Right. So when Terrence came to Abe's daughter, Terrence said, I need my jacket back. Now, the question was, did she voluntarily hand it back to him, or did he say, no, I really need my jacket back. You can't have it. So there was some back and forth with that. No, there was no mafia action. But then now it spiraled into Tim Swanson has basically told everybody, these are fake tattoos. I have one on my body at all times. And so I've complied with Terrence's request because I basically
he can't wear a jacket. I'm gonna be hot.
Right. So he's basically said, hey, I am wearing the jacket at all times. And so I don't know. It's some good industry banter back and forth that, is always fun. Like I told everybody, I paid for my jacket. So, hey, it is what it is. But so it's fun.
Yeah, it's like soap opera as the world turns of cigar.
Exactly.
Turns. Yeah, we should make a soap opera, tobacco soap opera called As the Polone Turns.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's keep going on here with the PCA release. What else we got?
A few more. La Aurora's got another one, small batch lot 007. So
Okay. Yep.
I'm trying to think of a joke that has to do with
007.
James Bond. I can't think of anything. Opus X Society, which I'm not sure what the difference between Opus X and Opus X Society is, but they've announced a new Golden Bullet second cigar release. Yeah. I looked at it a little bit. They've got like a lighter in there. It looks really expensive.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. That lighter and that cigar cutter look like, holy, that's some coins.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
here's one I might try: the Perdomo Legacy. That'll
definitely. Yep.
Yep. Perdomo Legacy. I don't know anything
and
about
not bad
it.
again.
Another
and not bad at price point. Price point $13.29 between $13.29 and $15.29. So that's not a bad price point.
Yeah.
So
Stolen Throne is releasing a Castle 919 cigar. I like the Stolen Throne cigars, so I guess it's like grandfather's address was 919, and so that's where the 919.
Oh, okay. Comes. All right. Can I throw something in here as long as we're going through stuff? And you haven't mentioned them yet, and I know we have a lot of Tatuaje fans. It's not in your list, but
see it.
Pete was on Cigar Coop, and Cigar Coop does a like an expo. He goes through and he does a quick, I'd say anywhere from 5 to 10 minute interview of a bunch of the different brand owners and representatives and stuff like that. So he had Pete on there, and Pete talked about there's a new series, that not a new series, but the T110 has got a new Vitola coming out. And the Tuxela's got a new line coming out. And then Coop said to him, I heard a rumor. And Pete's like, okay, what's the rumor? And he goes, I just don't want to throw it out there if I'm not supposed to. And he's like, throw it out there. The pork tenderloin. So there's another Vitola coming out of the pork tenderloin. And then one of the other lines that he mentioned, and this is what I was talking about before with your sex comment. Pete is going to be releasing.
I don't remember that.
Whatever it was, the Viso Horny. Yes. Pete's going to come out with another line called the Sex Tooth.
Sex Tooth.
The Sex Tooth. And I guess it's a friend of his is a singer in a band called the Sex Tooth. But this piqued my interest. And now I'm like going, I want to know more about this thing. And it's not going to be debuted at PCA. It's not ready, but there's a logo. He said, you'll see it on our booth. But he's calling this the poor man's luxury line. He said, this is an everyday cigar. So I'm like, oh man, now you're talking my jam, So he said he really enjoys it. When he was smoking a bunch of cigars last week or the week before, he was craving that Sex Tooth cigar. So it'll be interesting to see. So that's a little teaser out there. No information on it. But I'll point you all back to Coop's podcast that he did last week. where he interviewed Pete, and Pete will talk to you about it a little bit on there. So
Yeah,
that's my little,
because I didn't
yeah.
see any press releases or anything about that. So
Yeah. So sounds exciting. Sounds like a good cigar. Definitely something I'd like to try.
yep.
You know, I like those cigars that I can smoke every day that aren't going to break the bank. You know,
Yeah.
you need that cigar. So, all right, carry on. I think you left off on Stolen
Toscano.
Throne. Yeah.
Well, I covered Stolen Throne, I guess, as much as I know about it. So yeah, Toscano Master Age Series 5.
Okay.
I read a little on this, and I guess Toscano cigars don't have like a binder, so that they look a little rough. But
They do.
I've
Yeah.
never had one.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll
That's
try to.
an Italian cigar. I guess it's got Italian
Yes, it's very good. There's a
tobacco.
friend of ours gave me a hazelnut Toscano, and it was a good cigar. It comes in a little small 5-pack. They're almost like cigarillos, but
Like
it's
a
a nice
Rough
quick
Rider.
cigar. Yeah, but it was really good. It was really good. I was impressed. So
All right. Next one I got is the Trinidad Espiritu Miami Edition.
yeah,
So
this is an Altadis. It's an Altadis one. So these are good. I've never had a bad one of these, and this is another one I'm looking forward to. The price point's at $15, 4,000 boxes. So this will be around for a while. It's entirely a Nicaraguan tobacco. So a puro. As folks, I'm sorry. Don't, I'm as white as you can get. So,
just
but
lean
yeah,
in,
that'll be interesting. Lean into it.
Yeah. Say it with a Chicago accent.
There you go. But Rafael Nodal, I enjoy Rafael. I think he's putting out some phenomenal cigars. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. Next one we got is Villiger 1888 Grand Reserva. I don't think I've had a Villiger cigar.
No?
No.
Just keep watching Bob the Cigar Guy. You'll get tempted by him. Expensive cigar.
I have one sitting in my humidor somewhere. So I just need to get to it.
Okay. It's an expensive cigar, $22 MSRP. Oof. Yeah. It's a limited release. So there's only 1,000 boxes, 10 cigars. So we'll see. Those are always the ones that I, not that I'm a mad rush to get out there and get them, but I like, okay, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. And that one I'm not pitching. It's going to be around long.
Yeah. All right. Next one is Foundation. They have a 10-year anniversario.
Another AJ Fernandez production. We'll see.
Yeah. He switched a lot.
We'll see. Yeah. You want to guess the price on this one? It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid Connecticut broadleaf, Connecticut Havana seed wrapper with a Brazilian Mata Fina binder and a Nicaraguan fillers from Condega, Esteli, and Jalapa. One size, a 7x57 Salomon.
7x57.
7x57.
Yeah, I bet that's $30. Am I right?
Ding, ding, ding. $35 per cigar.
Wow.
2,010 count boxes will be issued. So, and there'll be 720 count collector boxes.
Let's hope
I don't know what
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh,
all right,
man.
Next one, Gran Habano. They're introducing 2 new Vitolas of the Corojo number 7.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about it.
I've smoked a couple of them. I had actually bought a box of his anniversary. And it was really good. I really enjoyed them.
Next one is the Valentino Siesto. I guess that's a new brand, huh? Or no?
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Valentino.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's its first PCA exclusive. Well, it's a PCA exclusive. So I think they've been around since 2014. So see, it just shows you what little we know.
So Siesto must be the name of the new line.
Yeah.
All right.
It's only going to be offered. It's only going to be offered to the attendees. So if you're not going to PCA, you can't get this cigar. So there's, interesting.
You have to beg it off of somebody who went.
110 count boxes.
That's not very many.
No, that's why I guess they're only limiting. That's why they're limiting it to the PCA attendees.
Yeah, better get to their booth quick.
That's right.
All right, next one is the La Galera Year of the Snake. I've never heard of La Galera, but it's another Year of the Snake.
Yeah.
About them.
Commemorative box that comes with a little 2 cigar carrying case. So that'll be interesting. Dominican binder, San Andreas Mexican wrapper. 12 count box. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Next on the list, Blackbird. They've got all those bird name cigars. They're introducing a Meadowlark. Never had one. No. Rough Rider Sweets is introducing a Candela.
It's a very sexual 2025 year for cigars. So yeah, $7 to $8 per cigar. I don't think I've ever smoked a Candela. I know you smoked them because that's Saka had those in his
collection. Yeah, the Lancero. Yeah. It wasn't bad. That's the only Candela I've ever had.
Okay.
Then there's a brand called Serafin de Cuba. They're releasing a cigar called the El Capitan. The box looked kind of cool. It's got some army guy in an army or some type of military hat.
Yeah, and that's the one. Oh no, it's the next one. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, I'm sorry, I skipped over that one because the next one is interesting, and I'm trying to understand it. But go ahead.
The Vincente blends.
Yeah,
collection.
The 4-ring sampler, because it looks like each cigar has a ring on it.
Oh,
so I don't know if
that they sell that look like they have rings on them, but I've never tried one. But I don't know if they're this brand.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't give much information about the price point on this at all. So I was just curious as to. I've never heard of them. So.
Never heard of them.
And last but not least, drum roll.
El Septimo, Geneva, celebrating the 20th anniversary with a double Grand Reserva.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at this one. I'm not a fan of El Septimo.
Yeah, I've only had one, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them. Not a big fan of them at all. So I don't know what's going on, but we've had 4 consistent watchers now for a while. So
that's it.
Over on X. So hello to whoever's watching us on X. Yeah. So
we probably don't get X comments in our feed. Maybe we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
I didn't see any. Yeah. I don't think you can comment on X, can you?
You can.
Can you? Okay.
On live, yeah, you can.
Okay. People are telling us to shut the hell up.
Maybe. We're going long. We're an hour and 14 minutes. We still
I know.
Have to what did they say? We covered a little bit.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Jump in there. Jump right into what did they say? I don't have the music for it, but go ahead.
All right. So the biggest what did they say? I was really impressed by the this past Friday. They had Juan Cancel on, and they did a kind of, I don't know what they called it, but it's like this is your life, Juan Cancel. And he just went through with like pictures from all the way from when he was a baby all the way up until he released his first cigar. And man, that guy has some really super interesting. He's had an interesting life.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's lived enough for a few people in that life. He
I,
was
I
at
think
at
that
9/11,
hmm
and he talked. He just can tell stories. I
Oh
was
yeah.
really, yeah.
And I think the thing that I love about Juan is were you on that Smoke Night Live when he was on with I can't think of who the other guy was, when they were schnockered. I mean, they were lit to be.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's probably when I saw Juan at his, for me, at his worst, and lost a lot of respect for him at that point. And I don't know if that was his awakening or if it was something else, but he did a 180, and he's not drinking at all. He's not even doing carbonated drinks anymore. He just, I think he's doing teas and stuff like that. And just really flipped his life around, and it was just amazing. And I've sent messages to him. I've commented on some things that it's been impressive to see his turnaround. And I mean, cop's life, you see all kinds of stuff, and alcohol is a natural direction to turn. But at the same point, to be able to recognize that and go, okay, I'm done. And then basically now he just left New York. He moved to West Palm with his girlfriend. So, I mean, it's like going, hey, again, a change of scenery helps you with those things. So I was impressed. It was a good show.
Offered his wife a job at the West Palm Beach store.
Yeah.
In the store or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So good for her. Good for her. Good for him. Yeah, it was a great show. It was a great show. So, and then how about that cigar guys up there in Minnesota had Bob, the cigar guy, on there. That was a good show.
That was
I
good
enjoyed
too.
it. It was funny. They sort of, we're not modeled after them or anybody, but they definitely have a very laid back feature and a laid back attitude. And I loved it. I like their podcast. I enjoy listening to it. I don't listen to it as much as I want to, but it was definitely, they're definitely a great group of guys. And yeah, so
yeah, got to learn a lot about Bob too.
Yes, you did. I know some stuff about him, but yeah, it was interesting to hear his thoughts on some stuff. It was interesting to hear his background. He's a great guy, just a phenomenal guy, and I think people are starting to see more and more how unique he is.
Right.
So, what else do you want to talk about? Oh, we should talk about. There was another cigar release this week. And it sort of goes along with that. What were they saying? But the Cigar Authority, Two Guys Cigar Shop up there in Massachusetts, Saturday celebrated their 15-year anniversary, and they released a new cigar, and it's called the Lectin. And if you're not a fan or you've never listened to the Cigar Authority, Mr. Jonathan has this aversion to lectins, will not eat lectins. And so they named this cigar the Lectin. It's a limited release cigar, $15 a cigar. So something you can check out if you're interested. But yeah, so.
What is a lectin?
Oh, good question. Hold on. I have that for you here as we talk.
It's election day.
It's a lectin is in basically everything you can. It's some weird what do they call it? Filler. And I think the best way to put it, that they basically have in anything that you can. It's in like ice cream. It's in it's a protein found in plants, animals, and fungi that have the ability to bind to sugars. So it's supposed to be a bad thing. They're in beans, peas, lentils, tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, wheat, corn, mushrooms, milk and dairy products, kidney beans, tomatoes, eggs. So he basically swore off lectins or anything that has lectins in it. And he's lost a lot of weight because of it, but it's, so that was their joke, or that was the reasoning behind naming it the lectin. So
he still gets to have some lectins.
Yeah.
That way.
So
through a cigar.
But you ready for a quick little quiz before we wrap this show up?
Sure.
This day in history in Chicago, April 1st, 1924. Any idea what happened on April 1st, 1924?
No, I can't think of anything. I wasn't around then.
Neither was I, but probably, one of our most famous Chicagoans, Al Capone, his brother Frank Capone, was killed in a shootout with Chicago police in Cicero. The incident took place during Election Day, which is today. And the police were attempting to manage the violence, and they gunned him down. So, so he was killed.
Didn't
April
know that.
Yeah. April 1st, 1970. Any ideas?
1970. I was around for that one.
Yes, you were.
In Chicago.
In Chicago.
70. Who was mayor back then? Probably Mayor Daley still.
Yes. Yep.
Did it have anything to do with him?
Nope.
Is it sports related?
Nope.
Not sports related. Is it politics related at all?
No.
Well, that cuts down on most of my knowledge. What is it?
April 1st, 1970. Over 8 inches of snow fell, marking the highest single-day snowfall ever recorded for that day in Chicago's history. Unexpected storm disrupted the evening rush hour, catching many commuters off guard. So, yeah. And then one last one. April 1st, 1906.
Definitely not around for that one.
Nope.
Is that when the L started?
No.
Nope. Sports related?
No, definitely not sports related. You're not going to get this one. So I'll just throw it out there.
Some tragedy happened?
No tragedy.
All right.
It literally has to do with April 1st. It literally has to do with April 1st.
So something about April Fool's Day?
Yes. So Chicago has a history of a notable April Fool's Day event. For example, on April 1st, 1906, the Chicago Tribune published illustrations depicting a fictional dinosaur invasion of the city as an elaborate prank, delighting and confusing readers. So that's.
I was going to guess April 1st tradition is when the Cubs come out and they have a winning record and they fool everyone into thinking they're going to be good.
Oh, so that's today's history for Chicago, April 1st.
But I hope we don't have any more snow like that. But we are supposed to get some weather tomorrow, so the crazy weather season has started.
I thought we were supposed to get some weather tonight, but yeah, now they're talking about tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see what the heck happens.
Yeah, it's tornado season.
Yes.
I like to go. I spend a lot of time down the rabbit hole of the tornado chasers.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like you catch some of those live streams on YouTube, and it's pretty interesting to me. I would go chase a tornado if I.
So, well, we're up to 6. We're up to 6 viewers on X. I don't know who that is, but we thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Yes, we appreciate that. And if you can, when you get a chance, hop over to our YouTube site and click on subscribe and like, and that way you can see us over on YouTube. And if you want to tell us how bad we are, we can read your comments from YouTube. But I've got nothing else. It's been a great night. I love this show. Fantastic show. I hope we didn't bore everybody, but PCA is like the auto show for cigar junkies. We just fawn over the new releases. So
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yes, there are. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good year. So, and next week, hopefully next week we'll be able to smoke and review the Solita Red from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. That's on our agenda. So we encourage you, if you can, to get out and pick one of those up if you can find them somewhere. I think they're pretty much sold out everywhere, but if you can find one, that's what we're going to be smoking next week. So I will say goodnight. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week, Marty.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.